Welcome to my business project, my Reimagining my business. For this project, I chose Hot Topic. We all have our favorite stores. It might be a big business, it might be a small business, but mine isn't small. It has a very specific niche of customers, and if you looked at me, you would automatically assume that my favorite store is Hot Topic, and you would be correct. Hot Topic is my favorite store. Catch me in a mall any day, going to Hot Topic. First store I go to. It's a magical place where my entire wardrobe is from, but it could use some fixing. I love Hot Topic, but over the years I've started to notice some things that make me want to change it and want to fix it. At its core, it's a retail chain. It's primarily in malls, shopping centers, and it sells both alternative and pop culture merchandise. It has a wide selection of band t-shirts, TV show merchandise, and jewelry in their stores, and this covers a wide range of fan bases and different types of people. Now, they were founded in 1989 to provide a dedicated space for fans of music and punk culture, but they shifted their branding. The punk and music focus has taken the backseat at all of their stores, and things like anime and TV shows are now the focus. Brands change, and as a fan of Hot Topic, I know that, which is why, as a consumer, I'm looking at the store in the shoes of a CEO. A CEO who truly wants to bring back the way Hot Topic was at its roots, a punk and alternative store who cater to their audience. Hot Topic is a private company. They're owned by their parent company, Sycamore Partners. This means that not only Hot Topic is under this company, but their two sister stores, Box Lunch and Torrid, are under the company as well. As my proposal to bring punk back to Hot Topic, I propose that Sycamore Partners focus their pop culture products into Box Lunch stores, allowing for both Hot Topic and Torrid to be open for punk and goth fashion. As a consumer, I've noticed that over time, Hot Topic and Box Lunch have started to sell the exact same products. You'll go to one store, you'll find the same hair clip as you will in the other store, the same t-shirts, everything. They've basically merged their branding into one store. It just depends on what location you're looking at. To minimize this, I feel like Hot Topic should be focused more on their fashion aspects, like different pairs of pants, skirts, shirts, which they do sell in store, but it obviously has taken the back seat. I think Box Lunch should be focused more on the novelties such as stickers, figures, bags, and all of the pop culture stuff, and Hot Topic focused on punk and goth fashion. The potential that Hot Topic has to be a strong company, like I'm saying, is very clear, and by minimizing the crossover between the two stores, I feel as though both companies will be able to make more revenue based on the specific niches that they're focusing on, which allows for more specialization in different malls and shopping centers around the country. Now, I mentioned before that they have shifted their branding. In the pictures I will present today, you can see Hot Topic had a more punk and goth original focus on their stores. Even the branding on the outside of the stores and the mall storefronts looked beautiful, very punk, very goth, very out there. Here's Hot Topic now. It's bright, there are lights, the outside of the store is even washed brick that's white. Now, if you're looking at the two stores in comparison to one another, the branding is completely different. This looks like a store I'd go to. Now, this looks like a store you would catch me in if I was buying some clothes that you wouldn't see me in school, just in my bed. That looks like a shirt, like a place for me to buy a cozy t-shirt. That does not look like this place where I could buy some awesome fashion to wear out in New York City like I do today. Now, you can see they're very different. The original market of the pictures I was showing you is the type of market I'm looking to bring back in my hypothetical CEO lifestyle that I want to bring to the table. I don't like that they changed it to minimalist, especially the logo. I really like fun storefronts and the way that a lot of other stores decided to make their stores very focused on theming, and I feel like Spencer's does a really good job at that. They're a very similar market, just more for alternative rather than punk and goth. They have really stayed true to their branding throughout the years. I don't think I've ever seen their storefront change. And they also are very good at separating their niches. They own Spirit Halloween, but you're not seeing any Spirit Halloween products in Spencer's. You'll only see that after the season's over and they have overstock from Spirit Halloween, they'll send it to Spencer's. but that doesn't mean that they're selling the exact same products in both stores at the same time, which is an issue that you face at Hot Topic and Box Lunch all the time. Now, along with this, their products have also changed, which I find very interesting. They have barely any band shirts anymore, and the ones they do have are very popular pop artists. You may argue the store is called Hot Topic. You would think of what the Hot Topics are, but the name was always the same. It's just the branding that shifted in a way that doesn't reflect their original values of, like, creating a safe haven for goth and punk kids to come buy clothing. Now, along with this, all of their jewelry is, like, insanely cheap. You could go in there, buy a necklace, and 2 days later it's tarnished. It's orange, it turned your skin green. It's over for you. I don't understand in what world this has become the jewelry they want to sell, especially when they used to sell high-quality jewelry for piercings. Now, as someone who has a couple piercings, I can appreciate having hypoallergenic jewelry to have for my piercings because they're very sensitive. They're wounds. Why are we selling, like, metal that's gonna tarnish in 2 minutes? I don't understand. That is not very safe for your consumers who are going there to buy the jewelry because they're punk and goth and they have piercings. Doesn't make sense. Now, along with this, their items along with the jewelry are way lower quality. Their clothing is cheap. I've bought t-shirts from there, and I have ones that are from maybe 2015, and they're still holding true. They're still in my closet. I still wear them daily. But a shirt I bought one time had holes in it the next day. Why is that? They changed their suppliers. Changing your suppliers as a business to lower quality suppliers while still raising the prices doesn't make sense. Because how are you making revenue? Like, obviously you're making revenue by selling them, but nobody's going to want to buy them if it's low quality. So why are we selling low quality? By selling higher quality items in store, you're going to pull people to want to buy your clothing. I have recently stopped buying t-shirts from Hot Topic and started buying them from other places because of this low quality. And if I were the CEO of this place, if I were the CEO of Hot Topic, I would be selling the highest quality t-shirts. Maybe it would be an upcharge. Maybe it'd be more expensive for the business. But to see the smile on my consumers' faces when they see their shirt last for 10 years, that really brings me joy. Along with this, they moved away from their original, like, fashion, which this made them very similar to other mall retailers. Like, their focus makes it very similar to different stores like FYE, which are specifically for pop culture, which isn't their original brand. They want it to be different. They want it to be different from the places that were surrounding them in their malls, and this just doesn't seem like it was the way anymore. Now, people have very mixed reactions on this. Some like the broader spectrum of things they sell, others don't. But based on statistics just in general of what rebranding does to a business, a lot of studies do say that 80% of rebranding efforts failed to achieve their intended goals. And that is saying a lot. Hot Topic has lost a lot of their original consumers due to this change. And it just really, I find it interesting because it's alienating their consumers. Like, people feel like the place they had to shop for their clothing isn't the same anymore. They feel like they're losing loyalty to a brand, and that just, I feel like that just is interesting to me. Because studies show that most businesses lose between 20 and 40% of their customer base because of their poorly executed rebrands, and I would argue that Hot Topic is one of these. If I were the CEO, I would revert it back to its original branding and style. I would make sure higher quality items are in the stores for consumers to buy, and I would overall want to make it a better experience to shop in their stores, because as a consumer myself, I have noticed that I haven't had as much fun shopping in that store as I did when I was 8 years old, 10 years old. And that, I think, is saying a lot. Thank you, Business 101. I would like to thank you for listening to my rant, my TED Talk. And I hope you can see me as a future Hot Topic CEO, because there are a lot of things I'd change.